Go sleep.
Just came down to Tampa, man. Bought our ass off. Hey, we gotta keep going. Put all that on, keep working. That's what we do.
best game, maybe how the season's been, but you guys were able to get the win. Just how important, qué tan importante es eso?
Yeah, I think for us, we just want to continue to grow, continue to keep growing. It's easy to do that when you're winning, but obviously you have to keep challenging yourself and being very hard on yourself. You know, so that's what I'm doing. That's what this team is going to do. But you know, we're 3-0, and we're going to enjoy that. We're going to continue to grow, though.
Hay que seguir creciendo, sacar la victoria. Lo importante es que estamos 3-0. ¿Cuál es el reto más importante de haber metido al equipo al Super Bowl y tratar de regresar? What's the biggest challenge? You were at the Super Bowl, and what do you think is the hardest thing, lo más difícil to try and get the team once there again?
I think the biggest part for us is just controlling what we can. Controlling what we can. We've done a really good job of doing that in the past, and so now the challenge is to do that now. Obviously, continue to grow, learn as much as we can so we can be the best team we can be. But continue to grow as a team.
Sí,
Jalen, there have been a report that you're dealing with some flu-like symptoms. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
And did that affect you, and how did you deal with it throughout the game?
We won.
When you look back at your performance, I know we talked a lot about, winning versus the standard last week. You guys keep winning football games. Offensively, are you happy with where things are?
I think whether we win or lose, I don't think I'll ever be satisfied. It's always the mentality. And so there's an eagerness always, win, lose, or draw, to get better.
What did it take for you to be able to push through?
Just us executing. It's the first game where I've dealt with this, and I've had to play with something like this. And it always happens on Monday night for whatever reason. But, yeah.
You got Olamide involved. Sort of those two plays you extended on the same drive, and you finished with that touchdown. How important is it for you to get him involved with this?
Yeah, I think, it looks different from week to week, and I think as we continue to strive for our best, to be our best self, and we just continue to learn, different guys will get involved in different ways, and different guys will have different roles. And so he did a great job of stepping up and making a play at a crucial moment of the game. And then obviously having another opportunity then the next drive, I believe, to do that, and I ended up throwing a pick. So many things like that. And so there's a lot to clean up, obviously, but we'll definitely enjoy the win.
Symptoms you experienced, and whether there was any question about whether you'd be able to play well enough tonight to deliver a win?
We won. Again, I'm just happy we made it through.
Touchdown pass to Olamide, you stood in there, took a big hit. What stood out to you as you look back at that play?
I have to get to the film, but obviously he was able to make a big time grab, and I just think, again, it was a crucial moment in the game where we needed to make a play, really need to make a play, and we made one.
What happened on the interceptions?
Dude, I'm not gonna be that guy.
It looked like the miscommunication on the first one.
Yeah, I think you summed it up. Miscommunication, not on the same page there, and then I just tried to give him a chance on the second one, and DB made a great play. They happen.
What was the significance of coming back to this stadium after the playoff loss?
Yeah, I think it's a feeling I hadn't forgot, and things have gone very well ever since.
Can you describe what kind of impact Dandre Swift has made in the offense?
He's been a big time player for us, and see him jumping over guys. I don't know if I've seen that in a long time, but he's kind of marking his territory, I feel like, with that, and he's pushing everybody else around him. So we just need him to keep playing great ball.
How beneficial is it to a triple threat quarterback when you can just hand it off to the quarterback, and especially when you're not feeling 100%?
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of team sports. I think you heard me say time and time again, no man is an island. You draw your strength from others, and obviously everybody had each other's backs tonight, and we found a way to win. Defense played a hell of a game, under 200 total yards of offense, turning the ball over, and that's team football. And I think for us, we just have to take advantage of opportunities when they give those turnovers and finish in the red zone. That'll be big moving forward.
Jay, what can you say about the offensive line's effort, both in run and pass?
Yeah, I think they did a really great job, and look, obviously that's a guy that we played in the past, and he's had some success against us in the past, and he did a lot of similar things, and we handled them well. Obviously, some turnovers there on my behalf, but other than that, I think we did a really good job of executing, and I think the reality is when you look at it and you watch the tape, which I'm eager to do, you look at things that are self-inflicting, and those are the things that we can control. And so we got to do a better job of controlling the things that we can. But you got 3 wins down, and so we're gonna continue to build off of that. We're gonna continue to build as a team, hold each other accountable, grow, and learn. That's the name of the game. I think for me, I've sat here and I've said after wins and after great wins and after some tough losses, the motto is getting better and keeping the main thing, and that's what we'll continue to do.
You mentioned the defense. You saw these guys all summer. I'm sure you knew the questions about this defense going into the year. What stands out to you about the way they played tonight?
Well, I just think, man, everything starts with the big guys up front, and then you get different guys rotating in different positions in the back end. You get linebackers moving pieces there. Obviously not having one of the leaders of the defense, Kobe Dean, out there. But everybody playing at a high level and dominating their box. So we just need them to continue to play well.
Jordan Mailata said that one of the reasons why you were so protected in the pocket tonight was because you and Jason did a very good job of picking up on the blitzes, especially early on. Was that something you guys were expecting, or was that something that you prepared for, or was it just something you just kind of
absolutely. I think that's something that Todd Bowles is known for, and he does a great job with. And I think, I think the last time we played him, I didn't do a great job of truly being patient in the pocket, and so I feel like that was something that I took a step in tonight, and with those steps you take forward, you want to learn from everything, and so learning from that and continue to build on that, and continue to learn from the mistakes that were made today, and so that's the main thing moving forward. I'll sit here and say till my time is done. Keep the main thing, move forward, and continue to grow and soak up as much as I can. And with each experience is a new tool and a new page of knowledge that you can learn from. So it's all good.
Thanks, John.
Yep.
All right, we are joined by Dandre Swift. And Dandre, what is it like to have another performance like this, but Monday Night Football? You grew up watching it. The country's watching.
It was a great opportunity. I knew that coming into it. I feel like we just did a great job executing and came out with the win.
Nick Sirianni described you as being elusive, explosive, and tough. Which one are you most proud of?
All 3 of them. I pride myself on being balanced, being able to do everything I'm asked to do.
Now, this offensive line, they create some big holes, but a couple of guys in there were telling me they really like how sometimes an unblocked defender, you make him miss. Yards after the contact. What's your mentality about that?
My mentality is I want to score every time I touch the ball, but I don't think one guy should ever tackle me. 2 guys. That's my mentality. I feel like the guys up front, when I got the ball in my hands, there ain't no telling what's going to happen.
So you didn't get many touches the first week, and we've seen what you've done these last 2 weeks, second leading rusher in the league. How did you keep your mentality and your mental side from not getting too emotional about not getting those carries?
Just preparing the right way. I knew my opportunity was going to come, so whenever it did come, make the most of it. Like, prepare the right way throughout the week. That's all I could do.
When you watched the Eagles' offensive line on film or, on TV, what is even more impressive to you, blocking and them being in front of you like that?
Just their toughness, the consistency. play after play. Some dogs up front.
So the last Eagles running back to come here and have 200-yard rushing games in his first 3 games was a guy named Charlie Garner way back in 1994. How special is that, doing this in your hometown?
It's a blessing. I continue to say that. Like I said, just being ready for the opportunities when they present themselves, and it's a blessing.
Jalen Hurts keeps talking about this team is still trying to find its identity. Is running the ball, grittiness, running the ball, is that the identity of this team, maybe?
I feel like whatever we need to do, whatever the game dictates us to do, we could do. So I feel like we could pass for however many yards, we could run for however many yards. It depends week to week.
Final question for you. Your dad, I'm sure he texts you. I'm sure you talk to him after games. Does he find little things to critique you on? I mean,
well, definitely. I still ask him. I ask any coach that ever coached me, if they text me, you see anything I could have done differently, what you think. I don't want to hear too much good. I like to see what I can work on.
And by the way, I'm remiss if I don't ask you about Olamide Zaccheaus. Yeah. First 2 catches, think like 25 and 34 yards, something like that. How special was that for him to shine on Monday night?
It's amazing. It's amazing. Especially a guy I came up in high school with, guy I looked up to in high school, to share the same field with him, see him score that one, just make sure I was the first one over there to congratulate him. I'm proud of it.
Nice. Well, congrats on another great game.
I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Dandre.
Physical against a physical group. That's a good defense. That's a good offensive line, and so I just felt like we came away just really playing our game, and we want to be tough and together, and we definitely part of toughness is being physical, and that was what I felt like what really stood out to this game.
How do you feel Jalen performed despite some of the adversity?
Yeah, I thought obviously he's going to want those 2 interceptions back. I thought the guy made a really good play on the second interception. Just being on the same page on the first interception again, it's always about communication, being on the same page. But I thought he took completions that were being given to him. Spread the ball around. AJ had a really good game. Dallas, I thought, made some really key catches. Devontae had some big catches, and so I thought he did a good job of managing the game and playing a good game. Like I said, was he going to want? We can't turn the ball over. He'll want those back. But other than that, I thought it was really good. Welcome back. We always are trying to get AJ involved. I mean, we're trying to get all those guys going, and it's not like, I know sometimes it might appear that way, but we're taking what they give us. We have an idea what they're going to do going into it, but then we're going to take what they give us in certain situations. They were giving us some one-on-ones on the outside to AJ, so we took that, and so. It was a check by Jalen and Brian. I thought Brian did a good job on the second play of the game, getting to the check that sprung AJ. That ball wasn't going to AJ, and then it went to him because we checked out of it. And then he had the next one that gave us a certain coverage that was able to get it as well. So we're always going to want to get AJ involved. It just so happened that he had the first couple catches of the game, 44 yards, I think it was, on the first drive, and he kept rolling from there.
You guys have, I think, 6 takeaways and safety now in the last 2 games. Did you expect this defense to be this dynamic this quickly, given your injuries, your turnover, and the fact that you have a new defensive coordinator?
I really had a lot of confidence in our defense, and we hired Sean because we had a lot of confidence in him, and he's done a nice job. I think what we're really doing well is playing with good fundamentals. And that will, playing physical, and those will take you through no matter what level of football you are. Playing physical and playing with good fundamentals will take you through Pee Wee football. It'll take you through, middle school football, high school football, college football, professional football. I think we're doing a nice job tackling. I think they're doing a really good job, and that's fundamentals. And the coaches and the players have worked hard after each practice. The time they've put into those fundamentals. We had a basketball coach up. To watch our practice in the offseason, and he kept talking about how they would take, his players would take 500 shots after each practice, and we thought about it like, are we doing 500 shots worth of fundamentals that we need to do? And it really made us think like, Man, at the end of the day, it's about catching it. It's about throwing it. It's about taking care of the football. It's about taking away the football. It's about tackling. It's about blocking. It's about getting off blocks. Those are the key fundamentals to playing football. And our guys really bought into that. And our guys really did a good job of putting that extra work. Have done a good job of putting that extra work in. And that's going to continue to take us through the season. We're going to have to continue to really buckle down and do that. So that's where I really feel like the physicality and the fundamentals are really showing. And Sean's doing a great job with the defense.
You're outgaining your opponents by I think it's over 400 yards on the season. And obviously the passing offense hasn't really taken off yet, but how much of a luxury is it that you can sort of always fall back on you're playing the trenches?
I know I just when you're running it and you're up big like we were, I just think it's unfair to say that the passing offense hasn't taken. We were up, and we're going to be running the football, and so the game. It's easy to look at the box score at the end of the game, and it's easy to look at the box score, where we are in the season right now, and say, well, yeah, the pass offense. Well, in these last couple games, we haven't. These last 2 games, we've been up, and that game the flow of the game changes when you are that way, and so I think we've done. Have we been hitting a bunch of explosives? I don't know. I'll have to look at the explosives from today, but I think we're a balanced offense right now that was able to get a lead tonight and then lean on the run game. I mean, shoot, at the end of that game, for 9 minutes on our last drive, we hold the football and we threw it twice or 3 times in that. Your numbers are gonna get skewed that way, but we'll not apologize for any of that. We're gonna do whatever we need to do to win the football game. And like I said, offensive line's playing great. I think we've been having some really good performances in the pass game as well. It's just the way the flow of the game goes sometimes that can sway the numbers a little bit.
You were talking about throwing the mini buy, and you and Sean were talking about how to move forward in the slot. What gave you guys confidence that Sidney could get involved?
The type of player he is, why we took him, where we took him, how he's done a great job of just getting talent in here, and we have confidence in him and from practice, right? But then also, confidence from the games that he's played, and sometimes that confidence is built through special teams, right? How many times have you seen a guy in the NFL make his way early on in his career in special teams and then take off, after that when he gets himself an opportunity? So obviously practice is what gives us our confidence in Sidney and things that he's done in practice, but then him making plays in preseason games and him making plays on special teams when the lights are on gives us a lot of confidence, and we'll have confidence in him and whoever James and Mario moving forward.
One more. We got Swift outside.
I got you.
I'll come back to you. Most about DeAndre Swift.
I got you, Ron.
What's impressed you most about DeAndre Swift and what he's contributed makes him the right kind of back for your system?
Super elusive. We know how good he can be catching the football too. It's just the way the flow of the game's been, where we haven't needed that yet. But he's a weapon to catch the football as well and make plays. We got a little screen to him today. I thought was a good play and a good play by our offensive line. But he's elusive. He's explosive. He's tough. He's really had a nice start to this season.
Regarding that 9-minute drive to end the game against a good defense that knows you're going to run the ball, what does that say about the O-line's ability to really influence your role?
Yeah, we know how since for a long time here, even this Philadelphia Eagles offensive line, we've been able to lean on. From all my 3 years before that, it's a special group of guys. Headlined by Jason and Lane, who've been here for 13 and 11 years. I mean, that's unheard of. And then Stout does a great job of getting the guys ready. Landon has played outstanding for 3 years, 2.5 years. Jordan, Cam's done a nice job, so they've developed into being really good football players, ready to step in. And I can't say enough again of how he does, how good of a job he does of bringing depth in there, and understanding how important that is to winning football games. Again, going back to no matter what level you're at, it comes down to how you play O-line, D-line, and so. Man, I appreciate you asking me that question because I'm able to brag on these guys because they're awesome and they come off the field, they want to run it, it just gives you so much confidence that you can do that when they're coming off the field and just saying, let's go again, let's go again, let's go again. And Lane, man, seeing Lane come off the field and saying that to me, like, man, that gives you a lot of confidence. Howard, go ahead.
Howard, we got Swift waiting. Nick, this is an explosive offense. And I'm asking this off that question earlier. And I'm trying to figure out how close you think you are to this offense being an explosive offense, the one that we all know existed and.
It's it's a growth process, right? We're not a final product yet. No one. Let me rephrase that. Everybody wants us to be a final product now, but it's a growth. You want to grow every day. And so we're not going to be playing our best football until we get going into the season. We still got things to work on. We still got growth to do. If you're truly in the mindset of getting better every day, right? If you're truly in that mindset of getting better every day, which I know that we are on this team, you're going to continue to rise, and you're going to keep getting better. And so, are we playing our best offensive football right now? No, but we shouldn't be. We shouldn't be yet, and it's a growth, and so all the teams are growing. No one's playing the best football that they should be playing right now, and so. I'm pleased with where we are. I don't know how many yards we had today, but when you 473 and then 450 last week, I mean that's a lot of yards on offense. And I got a lot of respect for the last three defenses we've played. And we're going to have another challenge this week with another really good defense with good guys up front. There's not a better defensive coordinator in the NFL than Todd Bowles. He's top notch. And so I'm really pleased coming out of here doing what we did. Again, just great job by our guys. Great job by Brian Johnson. And, we'll keep growing. All right.
Evening.
How disappointing is it that they were able to control the game as much as they did?
It was tough. We knew they had a good team going in. They got a tough front. They played well. They got us out of a lot of things, kept us behind the sticks, and we couldn't capitalize.
You talk about the play of Dandre Swift, how tough it was to slow down the Eagles' running game that had over 200 yards against your defense.
Good football player. Big offensive line, very talented. 2 or 3 times we let it out and we should have fit it better. 2 or 3 times the hole was open. They did a good job scheming up the block, so we got to do a better job as coaches. We got to do a better job as players. So we own that and we understand that, and we'll get back to work.
Devin White had a groin injury heading into this game. How limited was he by that? It looked like maybe if it was a healthy Devin White, maybe that's a pick 6.
I mean, he toughed it out. Devin's not going to complain, and we're not going to complain for him. He made a good play on the play. Obviously, you can see he wasn't running full speed after he got it, but he gutted the game out, and he's one of our leaders, and we follow him.
Coach, you had Carlton out to begin with. You saw Jamel Lee get the shoulder injury. How serious is that, and how worried are you about the depth at corner?
We're thin right now. We're playing backups right now, but those guys understand the game plan. We got to do a better job of executing certain things, but it's their some guys' first time playing, so we got to get used to that. But they got to make plays. We got young guys. Nobody's going to feel sorry for us, and we're not going to feel sorry for anybody. Give the Eagles credit. They made some plays, and we didn't.
What was your message to the team in there?
It was a hard-fought game. We own it, We own it. They stayed in 3rd and short. They got first downs and some good first downs. We didn't play a good ball game. They were partly a lot to do with that. So not playing a good ball game, we can't mope about it. We got to get ready for New Orleans. We got to get nursed up and get the injured guys healthy, and we got a division game this week.
What was your overall assessment of the offense tonight?
Well, obviously, we didn't move the ball well. As a team, we didn't play well. It wasn't just the offense. We're going to win as a team. We're going to lose as a team. Offense didn't play well. Defense didn't play well. Special teams gave up field position.
What did you see from your running game tonight?
We didn't have one. I mean, it's just, we're not going to sit here and sugarcoat anything. We own what we have.
Todd, is that on the line, the running back? I mean, who's that?
It's on everybody. Partly they made some plays. To give them credit, we got to block them better. We didn't do a good job on first down overall. Whether we ran it or threw it, we did not do a good job on first down on either side of the ball. and they stayed in third and short when they were on offense. We stayed in third and long when we were on offense.
Is this a game where Philadelphia just won in the trenches tonight on both sides of the ball?
They were the more physical team, yes.
But is there any way to stop the tush-push? I mean, is that play even stoppable?
I don't think it's stoppable 2 plays in a row. I think we had 1 or 2 here and there, but, you know, that's a lot of weight going both sides. It's a great play that they got, and they crafted it. The offensive line coach does a great job having them guys crab crawl it. You got a big athletic quarterback, and you got push behind them, so it's going to be tough. But we knew that going in, you know.
But did you use Bale less knowing he wasn't at 100%? Was that a conscious effort?
We weren't trying to get him hurt too much. You know, we were trying to rotate him as much as we could and got out of him what we could.
Todd, is Carlton Davis, is that a turf toe injury?
It's a toe injury right now. I don't know if it's a turf toe injury or a regular injury, but he's trying to get back out there, and, you know, when he comes back, we'll be ready for him.
Is it reasonable to think you would be in play next week to see?
Hopefully we'll see how it heals, you know. We'll see how it heals. It's been a slow healing injury. We'll see how he is at the end of the week.
It's one game, Todd, but they're defending NFC champions. They're a really good team. Does this give you any sense of where your team is in terms of measuring against the best in this conference?
Not really. We played hard, and we made some mistakes. You know, the mistakes we didn't make the first 2 games, we made this game, and a lot of it has to do with them. Give them credit. I mean, Nick does a great job. Those guys did a great job preparing. They came in here, and then they beat us pretty good, and we own that.
Okay. Thank you. Let's go. Baker, looked like you got up to a slow start tonight, more reminiscent of Minnesota maybe than the last couple games. So what were they doing in particular to kind of get you guys off schedule?
We didn't get that first down. I mean, Cade made one good catch early on. That was our only first down that we really converted. So we started too slow. And that's a good football team, so anytime you give them more opportunities to have the football in their hands, they're going to capitalize. And we just have to be better on offense as a whole. I got to be better. Taking advantage of just different outlets and things I have early on to, I mean, they're a great defensive front. So anytime we had an advantage with some of the pass options in the run game, we just need to take those and move down the road. And we just got to play better as a whole.
In the fourth quarter, you were able to get things going with Mike there on that touchdown drive. Just what was working so well for you there?
Just got into a little tempo. Mike made a couple really good plays. I mean, an incredible catch right there. But yeah, just taking advantage of numbers and playing fast. And, you know, unfortunately, we screwed ourselves, so we were too far behind at that point. Just got to be better early on, and yeah, 2 turnovers right there back to back are gonna kill us. So that's not good.
Baker, how disappointing was it after last week being able to run the ball and have some success to just not have it work tonight?
Yeah, I mean, they're really good defensively. Their front, I mean, they're incredible. So it's tough to run on them. You know, obviously we spread them out later on, and we're able to get that going once we wore them down a little bit. But yeah, we just got to be better early on. Disappointing as a whole, just because we didn't win the game. But short week for us. We've got a divisional opponent coming up, and so got to look in the mirror, get things fixed, and move on. Can't have time to lick our wounds.
Baker, you guys weren't too high after the win, so it probably makes it easier to handle a loss like this. How important is it to get this behind you with a short week, knowing what you have?
Yeah, I mean, it's a long season, so obviously we wanted to win this one. It was a big game for us. Didn't come out and play our best game by any means, but it was a divisional game that means just a bit more for us. So gotta look at the film, fix the things that are easily fixable, and just mentality-wise, we've got to start faster. So there's a couple things that we can immediately do. We can control those things, so that's the good part about it.
Baker, was this the most pressure that you've been under from a team this season?
I mean, it's kind of hard to say. I mean, they like I said, they're talented up front, but no, we just weren't good as a whole skill group wise. We weren't good enough to get the ball out quickly for our guys up front. We knew they were going to bring some pressure, and I know everybody's probably going to take a little bit of blame on this one. So we just have to be better as a unit. There's no doubt about that.
You took some hits. How's your shoulder?
It's good. Took a couple ones, but yeah, get up and move on.
I know you've talked before, just praise Mike for his dependability. Yeah. In a situation like that where you guys are, so far down. Just what does it mean to be able to have a guy like that can step up, like you said, made that unbelievable catch and
Yeah.
kind of reignite some hope?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, we're just kind of hoping that we get the ball back quickly and try and get a quick score and to make the game interesting. But, yeah, I mean, that's the kind of drive that when you look at it, it's like, all right, everybody's just doing their job. I mean, Mike's making a couple incredible plays, but everybody's doing their job, and that's what we need to be doing. And it's quite frankly that simple on offense. And so each person has to do their 1/11th, and that's how we have success.
I know that each time you go out there, with this still being a new team for you, you're able to learn a little bit more about yourselves collectively. Were you able to learn anything new this go around?
I think I don't want to exaggerate on this or overanalyze by any means. We just need to start faster. It's a Monday night game. We should be pumped up and ready to go. Be aggressive as an offense. We're damn good when we do our job. So just need to take advantage of it. So I don't know. We'll see. A little bit more juice next week.
Todd Bowles said that the Eagles were the more physical team tonight. Is that a disappointing aspect of it? Is that you guys didn't match their physicality?
Absolutely. I mean, we kind of, I've talked about it over and over again. We want to be the most physical team when we go out there. We've had a couple games where we ran the ball when we needed to. Defenses made stops when we needed them. But offensively today, we were definitely not the most physical team by any means.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Can y'all feel that? Can you feel what's about to happen on this field, man? Can you feel what we about to get into? They don't respect us. They don't know about our heart, man. That thing is beating your doggone chest right now. Whatever you got today, I got to have it. It ain't no doggone tomorrow, fellas. What are you gonna bring to the doggone table? Are you gonna bust somebody in there?